Hey guys, we're gonna do a collective read. We're gonna do one for Lionsgate Portal, and the cats are going crazy. Oh my god! Matter of fact, we're doing a Onyx and Rocky have taken over, and Mister is gonna go back to Tiana's because they've kind of pushed him out. He's her cat technically. I was gonna take care of him because he doesn't get along with one of her cats, but now that I've got a couple kittens, they're kind of ganging up on the dude. So I was like, okay, no, this, and they're doing other things like little potty things. I found we caught him pooping in the closet. And I'm like, ah, shit. And I know it's because of him. I know it's because of Mister. And so I'd explain to her, the kittens are my salvation. You gotta have to get your cat. That's the way it is. So she's gonna pick him up tomorrow, and he's gonna be happier because he loves her more. Anyway, Mister loves Tiana more, and so it's like get him out. The kittens have taken over. They own it. Okay, they own it, and it's like Rocky is Onyx's baby, and it's constant. They're always together, and. But I bought a third cat box because they fucking around. So there's one up here now because they're too lazy apparently to walk downstairs and go to the bathroom. They're going to the closet. They're being sneaky. So it's too much, man. Cats, I swear to God. But it's okay. This way I don't get a man. It's okay, I'll just deal with this drama. This will be my drama. Okay, so it's good. But anyway, so the way I'm going to do the Lionsgate Portal, it is a layout that I used for individual, but I'm going to do it as a collective. And kind of change the energy, because there is a lot going on in the collective. Okay, you guys know that. Right now, Venus is in retrograde. We were kind of joking about it today in the group. A lot of people breaking up with people. Okay, and probably needs to happen. Okay, because there's a lot of people are with narcs or karmics or false twins or something that's wrong. Okay, that's not good. And they got to drop them because it's going to mess up their soul. If you're hanging on to this wrong person, you got to drop it. Okay, and get with your spiritual path, get with your purpose, because a lot of people have a purpose, and the wrong relationship, people can lose their way. So I've been kind of talking to people on Messenger and reading for them, people that are hooked in the wrong thing, and we're in Venus in retrograde. There is an energy that's trying to get people to drop that which is not love, which is not the right relationship, because spirit, there is an energy that would like to bring the right relationship to people. But if people are going to cling and hold on to the wrong person, especially when they know it's not good for them. See, there's people that I'm kind of chatting with right now. They know it's not good for them. They know it's not love. They know this person is toxic, maybe even dangerous to their soul. Okay, like to the point they could snuff out their spirit. And so I'm coming in hard, like, you got to drop it. But I know sometimes it's not that simple. And that's where, like, a psychic reader, or especially with energy, can kind of break the illusion. Like, you're seeing this, but this is what's really there. Okay, you got to see beyond the projection. It's easy to project a face onto someone and fall in love with it. Okay, and then you don't see beyond the projection, so you're always wanting to, nope, you better read some Carl Jung, guys, because that's how people, and then behind that projection is somebody that want to take you down. And it's not always conscious that they want to. That is true, but something unconsciously does, and unconsciously is in the darkness, taken the other person down because they got unhealed trauma. So this is the time that spirit's like, nope, it's time to unhook from these unhealthy relationships and part ways and start healing. And go sit in the mirror and examine why you were in this relationship in the first place and why you were tolerating so much garbage. Okay, and I went through things with the karmic who, like I said, I've told you guys I friended. Okay. And you guys saw me in the hotel. Okay, you don't want to go through that. I had to blow my cash in a hotel because that got fucking scary. Because even after, at that point, it was about like 4 or 5 months, I've said no a million times I don't want to go back. And yeah, and here I am in a hotel trying to decide what I do. Okay? So a break from the unhealthy. Okay? You got to do it. Okay, so now we're gonna, I'm gonna borrow, there's this layout that I found which is really good. Oh, if you guys do want an individual Lionscape portal, if you happen to be in my group, I'm offering them for only 20 bucks. Now, if you're not in my group and you just follow me on YouTube, just go to my about, my email is in there. You can shoot me an email or go to my website, contact, and I'm doing them, and I do them on a video read. You get a YouTube, you get an unlisted YouTube, it's only 20 bucks. Because the reason why I'm doing it so low, it only takes me about 15 minutes to do, 15 to 20 minutes, and it packs a punch. It's how to manifest, Lionscape portal, especially on 8/8. I'm going to tell you how to do it and what Spirit kind of wants you to work on, because you want to be as much as possible in alignment with Spirit when you manifest. Okay, that's one of the big things. But this Lionscape portal, the next two, this year and next year, is a doozy. Now, this is a year of DNA activations. That's real. We've got a 2023, okay? So it should be obvious. 2023 DNA activations. We had one in 223, okay? Then we had a 723 is a big one. Okay, now Lionscape portal is 8/8/2023. Okay, when you add up the 2023, okay, that adds up to 7. Okay, so then you go 8/8/7 adds up to 23. Yeah, it does. Okay, and then also if you split it, 2 and 3 is 5. So it's kind of being at a halfway point for the collective. There's a lot of people who need to choose a side, choose what side of the fence they're on. Obviously, you can see what's going on with things, especially in America, but there's people in other countries. You know, do the right thing is a big message. Okay, and I know it's kind of shocking because there's a new indictment that Trump is the front runner, but it doesn't shock me as well, because I know there is a big collective judgment test for those that still support not only people in the government, oh, that's a big one, but also, you know, individuals. If they have no excuse with so much evidence and videotapes or audio tapes, I should really say. Well, we've got videotapes of an insurrection. We've got videotapes of him at the podium. But yes, audio tapes, evidence in the bathroom. Okay, there is so much before the eyes, people have no excuse. So people are still supporting, there's no excuse. Okay, there's a lot there. There's a lot. But it says a lot about us as a country if he is the front runner of the Republican Party. Okay, there's a lot. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at Lionscape portal and see what it's going to be. The Lightseers deck has been working very good. I know Thoth would be a good choice because it's got Egyptian elements, but Lightseers is very modern. And that's what we want to do, is bring the light. I put a pyramid on it to get it going. I'm going to follow up with the Egyptian oracle, and I'm going to lay it all out like a pyramid. This is a great layout that I found on Pinterest, and this is what I use. But like I said, if you guys are interested in the individual one because you want to manifest on Lionsgate portal, especially 8/8 when it's at the peak, just go to my about. You can shoot me an email. I also have my website on there. I have buttons for my website. Shoot me a thing. 20 bucks, you get a video. Okay, but we're going to do a collective one. You know, so this is kind of for the collective. And yeah, there's a big thing. There's definitely a wake-up call. And we just have another indictment for trying to overturn a, valid election. Okay? You can't do that. We're democracy. Okay? People are willing to throw it away on a reality TV clown. This is insanity. Yes, it is. Anyway, let's clear that energy, and we want to aim for the positive. No matter what on this channel, I will discuss some things. I will keep the captor's face off, but, we will discuss, some things because I want to get you guys through the Kali Yuga, okay, the judgment, the Kali Yuga. So I'm clearing some of that energy there, okay, so we don't, but we're still looking at, what the things here. But we really want you guys to manifest positive on Lionsgate portal, okay? So we've got our pyramid, close to a pyramid as it can be. Okay, so the first one is the highest truth Spirit wants to discuss, and that's the Magician. Magician, yes, mind over matter, will to power, is normally my mantra. As above, so below, so within, so without. Okay, so this Lionsgate portal, you can invoke your will, but you want to be in alignment with spirit. The magician understands that, especially connecting to the higher self and spirit. Like when I'm channeling, when I'm doing readings, I'm going higher self, spirit. My higher self is the middle man between me and the spirit, and I'm doing my best to get that. He knows that, so he's as above, so below. He's trying to channel the higher self and the spirit and bring that down and get those in alignment to be able to manifest. We have the ability to be the magician. So, and I will tell you at the same time, like with the Golden Dawn people, the great work. Okay, I know there's a lot of magical magicians, okay, that are about the great work, that want to see, good things happen. Those of the light. Light can be love and light and gentle, but then there are those of the great work, okay, and stuff, and they know they're working on that to bring, okay, the actual true light, here as above, so below, heaven and earth as one. Okay, very powerful. So there are a lot of, magical people, I'm one of them, light workers. I know we think love and light, yes, they're included, but then there are those, okay, your Golden Dawn type people. Okay, your ceremonial magicians are working on it too. Oh, they are, okay? Now, number 2, greatest desire. What is the greatest desire? Okay, one of the things is healing. Okay, and let me pull this up a little bit. It might be a little too low. Okay, healing, but also people kind of look at that. This is why Light Seers is real good. There is a door, there is a key. Now, I was just saying to others, it is true, nobody can unlock themselves. I don't care what people say. This is a day and age where people are thinking they don't need teachers, they don't need spiritual teachers, and all that. That is nonsense. Yin needs yang, and see how her head is down? She can't find the key. She needs a teacher. She needs a spiritual guide to unlock the door so she could get to the healing, the freedom, the knowledge, etc., etc. Okay, so greatest desire for many people is to get into that spiritual sanctuary, okay, and get out of this funk right here, this depression, this darkness. But notice the head is down. She doesn't know where to look. Okay, so this is why a lot of people, if they want to make it through this dark time, have got to cleave to the spirit, have got to just get in there, get those spiritual books, listen to those spiritual teachers, try, and when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. That is true. Okay, but like go to a meditation, go to a retreat, but you got to pursue the path. You got to climb the mountain. Don't just sit there in the darkness. And I know there's a lot of people in despair that have a victim mentality. I'm not trying to beat you down. I know it's a hard path. Like say someone dies, or you have a bad breakup and it was horrible, or you're suffered horrible abuse. Okay, but you gotta get up and be like, I need to fight for my life. I need to fight for my soul. So many people, the greatest desire is to be able to find the key and unlock the door. But yes, you gotta there needs to be another person, okay, that can do it. Okay, that it can unlock the door. And that is the inner. This door is on the inside of all of us. Okay, and that will open to a healing plane, an astral plane. Now the next one is your innate power. So this is really a collective message of everyone. They have an innate power and stuff. Oh, this is the big one, 4 of Cups. This is the big one. Okay, this is the Narcissus card. I know she's looking up, but very often the guy looks down. He's focused on the 3 cups of what could have been. He's also hooked on his own reflection, and that's why it's called Narcissus. Okay, but there is a cup being offered. The innate power is to take the hand of spirit, to take the cup. It is critical. Now, there's a lot of people out there that are hypnotized, that the spirit is shaking the cup at them, going, take this, stop listening to morons, and choose me. Okay? And if you guys get the call, and that can be the judgment card. That's what the card is also about. Honor the call. The dead in Christ rise up. The saying, Christ consciousness. You don't miss the opportunity. When spirit knocks, take it. You got to take the Holy Grail. Okay, you may have to give up a job. You may have to give up a relationship that you know is not good for you, but you take the cup. And see, this is another thing about spiritual teachers too. They may offer their hand. And if you pass them by, if it's a good spiritual teacher, a good one, and they're going, take my hand, I'm ready to help you, and you pass them by, you could miss an opportunity. You know, and I know one of the things with Carlos Castaneda books, sometimes you only got a cubic centimeter of a chance to take that fucking hand when it sticks out. And it doesn't happen. Sometimes it only happens once in a lifetime that you could get, because you can't unlock the door yourself. I know you can argue with me till the cows come home. It cannot be done. Okay? So, when the hand comes out, and people can be very hooked, they're hooked on the reflection, they're hooked on the what could have been. Okay, they're not seeing clearly. Spirit's ready to offer the hands. So the teachers are stepping forward. Okay, the spiritual teachers who were unlocked, who were taught by someone, are stepping forward to help people. Okay, and it's important when your moment comes, take the hand of Spirit. The hand that goes, I love you. I want to help you. I want to get you out of this mess. Okay, you got to save yourself, don't get me wrong, but you got to take the hand. But you would be surprised, and I've dealt with this with students, the excuses that will be made. And sometimes you got to come in hard as a teacher, and you got to be like, look, I've told you exactly what to do. It's do or die. You take my hand or I must move on. And you know there is a soul contract, and you know there is a bond there, and they know it too, and they get real nervous. But sometimes you got to go, I'm going to walk away. And you know that, oh, fuck, this is a soul contract assignment unfulfilled. But if they sit there hooked on the reflection, self-pity, and refuse their personal power, which, because taking the hand will lead them to power. And so the teacher walk on. Then they could, possibly lose their soul, be snuffed out, because this is the judgment time, okay? So if you guys are in a situation, you're really trying to grow spirit, and you find your teacher, and they're a good one, and they're not a fucking warlock. I talk about warlocks in the one thing. You take the hand of Spirit, you take that teacher's hand. Okay, you can't self-teach yourself. You can read books and gain knowledge, but to do actual acts of power in things, you can't do it yourself. You could do some powerful things, but, even Buddha had teachers. He was taught in the palace. He knew the Vedas. He had instructors. He went into the forest and sat with the ascetics. He could not have achieved what he did without them. Okay? So there's got to be, a new respect for teachers needs to come about during this time. Now, the next one, okay, is going to be how to align with your truth, which is the magician. As above, so below, it's coming. Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is a little different in this deck. You can see she's reading the signs. The worst has happened to her. She suffered, been stabbed in the back, betrayed. It's been the worst, but it's a little different in this one. She is on her feet now. She sees the signs. Everyone pay attention to the signs. If you're watching this channel, you know how to read them. You may not know everything about astrology. I know a lot about it. You may not know everything about astrology, but you know what Mercury retrograde is. You know that I've talked about Pluto going into Aquarius next November on the 19th. You know that is significant. You are smart enough to know Aquarius is a future time. It can be a good one, or it can be a very challenging one. Okay? So during this time, with how to align with your truth, the magician, pay attention to the signs. Okay? Know that, some real bad shit's happened, but now we got to pay attention to the signs, the omens, and yes, even prophecies that were said. But I don't want you guys to have a doom gloom mindset. Oh, I'm not saying have a fluffy mindset, but don't be doom and gloom. Love over fear. Okay? Love over fear. But you got to have it in a strong love way, not a mushy one. Okay, now number 5, how to dedicate yourself to your desire, which is to be unlocked, right? The sun. Absolutely. One of the things is to return to that inner child, that innocence. It also is going to require a purification. The sun is a purity of spirit. Okay, that is. So what I've talked about it to you guys, forgiveness is one way to purify. Oh God, yes. Okay, love your enemies, bless those that curse you. Those are ways to do it. Certain strategies that, Jesus gave are helpful. Eightfold Path, Four Noble Truths. Buddha gave strategies to help you stay in alignment and keep a pure soul. But one of the big things right now, how to dedicate yourself to your desire, is keep your soul purified as much as possible. You got to be careful what you watch. You got to be careful what you read. You got to be careful the friends you have. And God, oh my God, the relationships you engage in. Especially if you're having sex, that can dirty your soul. The wrong relationships, okay? Now we're going to go to the next one. How to attune to your innate power. And the innate power is, we're going to take the hand of spirit. We want to unhook from our reflection. Page of Pentacles, which can be about study. Okay? Doing the work and studying. Get books. A lot of people have shied away from books, and they get their information from posts and internet and websites. Go back to published authors. Go back to some of the older guys. Alan Watts is a good one. Okay, even Jack Kornfield's got some good stuff. Louise Hay's got some good stuff. There's so many good authors. Wayne Dyer, a lot of you guys like Dr. Wayne Dyer. Eckhart Tolle is good. Don Miguel Ruiz I like, and of course Carlos Castaneda. He's the original. Just go, those books that you have postponed, if you bought them and you haven't read them, read them. Okay, like let me get off the internet for a minute and read this book. Educate yourself. This is about study and education. Your spiritual path needs to be a priority. You got to purify your soul. And once you start diving in and show spirit, I'm serious, you'll bump into a teach that can help unlock you. Okay, the next one, number 7, how to best wield your power. If you can tap into it, Knight of Pentacles, abundance. And we've also got the wise falcon there and everything, so we can send it forth. But also, that's one of the big things. Best wield your power and stuff. Gratitude is a big one. That's how she gets abundance, and get a gratitude journal. Practice that as well. Gratitude is a big one. When people complain about their life and do nothing about it, that's not gratitude. And that creates an energy of lack. Okay? And I know a lot of you guys kind of worry about finances and things like that. I get it. That's the man trying to make you fearful. Always have an energy of gratitude. Also, charity, I've talked about it. Give to a charity, at least one. Okay? But an energy of gratitude is going to create abundance, and that's going to help with power. Love is the highest form of abundance. She's having a great time. And finally, how to manifest your desire energy here, right? Unlock maybe the enlightenment, 10 of Cups, rainbow revival. Be loving to other people. Family first, put family first, okay? That's a lot of people want to have a good family life, okay? That's one of the things, with the spirituality and everything, we want to have a good life, family. Just remember what we're here for. We're here, definitely to have relations with others, yes, but we want to have good, loving relationships, and I know a lot of people want to have a good connection, absolutely, but yeah, it's a rainbow revival, guys. Spirit wants to bring the good to everyone, and I know it's hard to believe with the darkness. Focus on the positive. Remember what I said. Rose-colored glasses. We got to be optimistic. When you're seeing all this dark shit, that's not saying not realistic. Optimism is not the same thing as fantasy or not being realistic. Okay, it is blocking out the darkness, saying I'm not going to allow it to pollute my soul. Okay, we don't want to pollute from it. We're aware of what's going on, but we're going to shield ourselves. We're going to focus on love over fear. Okay, because it will shift you into a positive reality. I'm not saying it'll be a perfect reality, but it'll be positive. Okay. Now I've had the pyramid sitting on the Egyptian oracle. We're going to follow up with that. Okay, so like I said, you could have an individual more designed for you. I use the same layout if you guys are interested. But this is a time, get with your spiritual path. And yes, there are many, like, whichever one, there's many paths you could go. All paths lead home. They really do deep down in the end. It may take you a few lifetimes, so let's get it right, okay? But like say if you're really, I really want to learn Buddhism, then start. Okay, look for a meditation place in your area, a zendo, and so forth. Okay, there's temples. You'd be surprised. You might not find a big huge temple, but somebody running one in their house and has a temple set up. A lot of people do that. Okay, or maybe you want to learn Hinduism. There's temples. Okay, you could do that as well. Or maybe, you're just, I really want to study this light worker. Check for spiritualist churches in your area. Start learning. There's lots to learn. Okay, get with some of the older players, of the light worker. If you want to learn the Golden Dawn, there's Golden Dawn places in your area. You could get into that order. You can look into it as well. There's many things you can do. Some people want to learn Kabbalah. Okay, that's a little bit more skilled, a little bit more tricky to find someone, but not impossible. Okay, get a whole bunch of books on it. And then, of course, there is Kabbalah with a Q versus K. There's Jewish mysticism versus the magical system. Okay, so there's things. And then some people are like, I want to learn it all. Step at a time, but go ahead and do it. Okay, but dive in. And don't only look at the internet for your resources. Okay, get books. So I've got Hathor Intelligence. Yeah. Reading books will make you intelligent. But remember, knowledge needs action. Well, knowledge and action are really kind of the same thing, to be honest. It says that in the Bhagavad Gita, so don't argue with me. Okay, I actually just read that quote recently because it does create an action to gain knowledge because it will affect your actions when you gain knowledge. Okay, but intelligence, we want to be intelligent about things, okay? A lot of people are dummies because they stop thinking they need to educate themselves, okay? And yes, we do have the answers within, but you see the key and you can't unlock yourself, can you? Okay? Nobody can. Look, you could read the masters. No, you can't. Could Bruce Lee have taught himself martial arts? He might have been able to teach himself some moves, but he needed Ip Man to become who he became. Okay? And I know he would say, yeah, I needed Ip Man. Okay? Now, Heka, alchemical force, that's one of the things. Transformed lead to gold. The great work, a lot of it is about that, okay? And then we've got Setet, fruitfulness. Yes, we want to be fruitful. Even that Knight of Pentacles can be that energy about that. A good, abundant life. We want to be a good tree bearing good fruit. Not a bad tree bearing bad fruit, okay? So really working during this time. Happy renewal. Yeah, we want to renew. And there is a renewal energy that is going to come no matter what. And I know you're seeing all this stuff. It's part of the crumbling. Okay, it's part of the crumbling. And we'll pull one more, guys. Seshat, wisdom. Wisdom is what we got to have. Okay? And I know you guys, a lot of you guys are spiritual and you're doing your best. And I know my channel. I know why it's chill. I've talked about it. Spirit's keeping the trash off my channel. Okay, and I'm not trying to say the person, but the stuff they would post. Okay, I don't want to beat up on people. I want people to wake up and be free. I really, really do. But some people have it coming because they've done horrible things. I'm aware of that as well. That was one thing Spirit had to show me, like Ellen, some people have done horrible, horrible things. And they'll never say they're sorry and they'll never redeem themselves. And, and it's like, I know. I get it. Okay, so anyway, as I say that, focus on the positive. That's a little bit of the Lionsgate Portal collective energy that's coming. This is the time to get with your spiritual practices, and you really gotta dive into it. Okay, take it seriously, guys. Okay, take the spiritual path seriously. Make it number one in your life. I mean, your family, of course, is important, but your spiritual path is going to strengthen your family ties. Okay, that's the point. Notice the Ten of Cups is the end card. Go to the spirit, the spirit energy, mind over matter, will to power, so you can have, your family make it through these hard times. The Kali Yuga, tribulation shit. Have a good one, folks.